All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. This is intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. An aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
54. Oh, you got deep? A little flare.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. They'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Set, ready. Now the wolf. Black spot forward. I got him. Showing it. Showing it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jackson, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Steelers' 25-yard line.
Shoot, shoot. Shoot. Go, go. Shoot, shoot. 54 is Mike. 54. West. 54. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Check 43.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
in danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Check girls, check girls. Check 99, check 99.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On the ready. 54, right there, 54 Mike.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Check. 22, check, cover. 22, check, body. Put it right.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Catanzaro now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. On the carry, it's Jackson. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Iverson got an open man. That's Campbell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A third down gain of 19.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Set. And read. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Time to go. Night, night.
First down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And now it's second down.
Ready? 54.
They run with Jackson out of the gun. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
What? Safety screaming.
From the gun, Iverson. And that is incomplete.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not...
Here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off right around the 43 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Go, go, go. Kill, kill. Check, 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 check. Go, go. Check, come on. Check, check, check.
On first down, Jackson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On second down now, it's Jackson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
With the score, Colts 14, Steelers nothing.
The Colts on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Let them know, let them know. Kill, 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 kill.
On the ground, This is Jackson. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Chandler Catanzaro now. He hit from 59 a season ago. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff looking right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Get ready, get ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Come on, defense.
They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No, 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 no. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start here with Jackson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's Jackson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Jackson. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Hey, set.
Now a give right side. Hines. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. They'll run on 1st down. Jackson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it with Jackson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw. Iverson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
There he goes left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw, and he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here we go. Touchdown.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
Checks it to 6.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run again with Jackson. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Go. Go.
To throw on 3rd down. Iverson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
First carry for James Conner, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Check hot route. Hot. Hey, it's free.
On 1st down, Jackson. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
let's go now. Come on, 18 data. Block 54. Hey, check. Let it go.
Now it's Jackson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
This is Hines. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
54. You must be dreaming.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 11.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Mike 5-4. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Looking to throw. Iverson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He lost a big chunk. 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
Chandler Catanzaro on for the field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
A yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Get in the weight room.
2nd and 11. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And it's a fumble. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Here we go. Set. Before we get the flag. Block 54. Block 54. On the ball. SOS.
SOS.
Hey.
SOS.
They'll run on first down. It's Jackson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Going jet sweep, here's Campbell. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The Colts on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run with Jackson. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now Jackson. Just bowling over tacklers. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
On second down now, it's Hines. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will get him one closer. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Check it backer, check it backer.
They run again with Jackson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. You.
On the run, this is Jackson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Right there. 54, Mike. Squeeze, double.
Hey, watch that. Check, Mike.
Back to throw. Iverson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 16. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down near the 5. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Check 26. Slam.
Watch the safety creep. 49, check 49.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Here I come again. Here I go.
Toss play to Jackson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jackson, and he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Set, hut. 50 on the base. 54 Mike. Check. Big edge. Hop on. 36. Pick the edge. Come.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
They run the counter. Jackson. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
On 3rd down. It's Jackson, and he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down.